Welcome to the Saturday morning preview show here on PLZ Soccer's YouTube channel. I'm Kerry Pollock. Alan Ruff and Tam McManus join me here today. First game we've got up this afternoon, Tam, is Rangers against Motherwell. It's Rangers' first home game at Hampden. How do you think that'll affect them? Positively, negatively, different surroundings?
Proof of being the pudding, I think, with the result and the performance. Obviously, it's a novelty. They've never played at Hampden, as their home ground. There'll be a lot of supporters there. It'll be full. So it just remains to be seen. It's not Ibrox. I think Ibrox is more enclosed. It's more intimidating atmosphere. I don't think Hampden is particularly intimidating, but they'll take heart from a great result during the week. Motherwell struggling. Went down to Everton. I think got hammered in a bounce game during the week. A few injuries, so I would expect Rangers to win this comfortably anyway.
Yeah, as Tam says there, Ruffy, injuries have hindered Motherwell. Stuart Kettlewell says 8 first starters out already. He's had to be creative.
I've heard that before, and then all of a sudden you see the team lines the next day and it's maybe no 8, it's just 4. But I don't care who's injured or who's not injured. I think Rangers, first time at Hampden, everybody will be buzzing, the whole place will be, as Tam said, it'll be full. I mean, it is a good atmosphere when the stadium's full, so it'll be full of Rangers supporters. So, no, I think Motherwell in an uphill battle here. I think Rangers could win this one quite easily.
Scoreline?
I'm going to go 3-0 Rangers.
3-0 Rangers?
Yeah, I'll go 3-0 Rangers.
As well?
Particularly Ruffy calling Stuart Kettlewell a liar about injuries.
Right then, moving on. Ross County against Dundee United. Jim Goodwin's side are the first team to travel up the A9, Tam. 9 games in charge that Don Cowie had at the end of last season. He won 5 at home. What makes it so difficult to play there? Is it the journey up?
I think that's obviously part of it, the journey up. It's a little tight ground as well. I think Ross County, they've always been strong at home. But I was really impressed with Dundee United in the derby. I thought they looked really good, particularly in the first half. I thought they had goals in them. They've signed a few foreign players. They've got pace and movement in the forward areas. I think they'll cause Ross County all sorts of problems. Big travel and support up. I really fancy Dundee United in this game actually. Ross County, I think, will miss Simon Murray this season. I think he's a big blow. Obviously 0-0 in the first game. I think they're struggling to see where the goals are going to come from. So I think Dundee United will win this game, and comfortably.
All right. How much of a different animal will it be, Ruffy, going up to Dingwall when you compare to playing Dundee at Tannadice last weekend?
Different game, obviously. The derby games, you just don't want to be on the end of losing them. And as Tam said, it was a great game to watch. Going up there, I think Ross County will be a wee bit better. I know they've lost Simon Murray, but I think they'll be a wee bit more organised this time. I think we've saw the results with Ross County at home. They generally do quite well. They can pick up points there. And this is where they'll have to pick up points as the season goes on. But I know Dundee United played well last week, so I'm going to sit in the fence in this one and go 1 each.
1 each and...
3-1 Dundee United.
All right, OK then. Dundee take on Hearts at 5:30 kick-off. Familiar face returning to Dens Park, Malachi Boateng, but he'll be wearing Hearts attire. What can he bring to this already recruiting Hearts side that Stephen Naismith's putting together?
Yeah, I think he'll bring power and pace. I think he done well at Dundee. I think Hearts have obviously seen him doing well in the league, and they've snapped him up. I think Dundee, again, second half, Dundee I thought were impressive as well. Luke McCowan has been heavily linked with Hibs. I think he'll obviously still be playing today, but I'd fancy Hearts to just nick this game. I think there'll be goals in it as well. I think both teams have got goals in them. Simon Murray, Lawrence Shankland, so I'm going to go for 3-2 to Hearts in a thriller.
All right, OK. They had a better second half, Dundee, against Dundee United in the derby, Ruffy. Is it easier said than done not to get yourself lost in a derby game? As Tony Docherty said, it might have happened to a few of his players.
I think it depends on the way the goals go. Obviously if you get an early goal in the derby game, you're up for it, the fans are up for it. But I think this game with Hearts I think it's Hearts need to set out a statement here. We're all saying, they've bought great players and all that. But these are the games they've got to win, if they're going to be up in third place again and challenging. So it'll be a good one for everybody to watch. I agree with Tam. I think there'll be goals in it as well. But I think Hearts will just edge this one 2-1.
2-1, OK, then moving on to tomorrow. Hibs take on Celtic in the first of a double header. They'll meet them next weekend in the Premier Sports Cup. Is there pressure added to David Gray, Tam, do you think, having not won that game last weekend against St Mirren? I know it's a tough opponent against Celtic, but to make some sort of statement?
Not really. I think it's too early in the season to be saying the managers are under pressure. I think that the performance last week was okay. I don't think it was a 3-0 game. Not a lot of Hibs fans will hold out much hope for them the next 2 games getting anything from the league game or the cup game. I think as long as Hibs go and put a good performance in front of the home fans, win, lose or draw, the supporters will be happy. Tough game. Celtic were excellent last week against Kilmarnock. They're at full strength. I don't see Hibs getting anything out of the game. I think Celtic will win, but Celtic have traditionally struggled at Easter Road over the last 3-4 seasons. I've not got a great record there. They were poor. I think Adam Ida come up in the last minute. I think Hibs will put it up to them, but I think Celtic will win it narrowly, 2-1.
Would you say unacceptable was an unfair comment from David Gray then about last weekend?
No, I don't think it was. I think any Hibs team going to St Mirren and losing 3-0 is unacceptable. I think Hibs supporters demand they want the best of the rest. They're third or fourth. Going to St Mirren and losing 3-0 is unacceptable. And I think that's just, fire in the morning across the players. That it's not good enough and they need to pick it up. And listen, I think all the pressure's on Celtic. Nobody expects Hibs to get into the game. So Hibs can go into it and play maybe a wee bit freer.
Yeah, well, a 4-0 win for Celtic last weekend against Kilmarnock, Ruffy. We saw Kasper Schmeichel for the first time in action. How does he compare to Joe Hart, would you say?
I think it's just like for like. They've got the same pedigree, same CV. They just, if you swapped heads, it'd be the same person. I just think that's the way they just look identical in everything they do.
Weird.
No, they do. They just look identical in every manner. The way they look and everything. So no, he'll be an asset, later on. But it'll be interesting to see when he's got to make some saves. Which he will do. I think he will do it at Easter Road. But I still, and the evidence of last week, I know Tam said Hibs played well in the first half, but the goals they lost were poor. And if they're going to lose goals like that to Celtic will run away quite easy winners. And I'm going to go Celtic 2-0.
2-0, and what did you say, Tim?
2-1 to Celtic.
2-1 Celtic, OK. Aberdeen take on St Mirren. Bojan Miovski is edging closer to making his exit from Pittodrie Tam. A great servant to the club and his time spent there.
Yeah, I think that, Aberdeen, I don't know what they paid under £1 million for him. I think they're going to get £6 or £7 million. He's obviously linked with Girona and Atlanta and clubs in England. I think he's been a fantastic player for Aberdeen. Thought he was outstanding last season. Seen him against St Johnstone last week. Just quality. Really surprised Celtic have not went in for him. Really, really surprised at that. Whether the player himself wants to go abroad, we don't know. But I thought he would be perfect for Celtic, the way they play. So, listen, you want to lose. You want to keep your quality players in Scottish football, but I think he's definitely too good for Aberdeen. So, I think he'll move on. Aberdeen will get a big fee and everyone will be happy.
Yeah, a positive result for St Mirren against SK Brann on Thursday night, Ruffy. You can see what Stephen Robinson's trying to do with his squad. Do you think, in domestic matters, he can push closer to fourth, maybe even third this season?
Yeah, I think he can. I think the players he's brought in will add to his squad. I think they will be better. The only problem he's got, Aberdeen has looked as if they've got their act together. Hibs haven't got their act together yet, but you're expecting they to be pushing one of these teams to the top six, out of that top six position. I don't think it's going to be St Mirren. I was really impressed with them in the second half last week, but I think this again is another team like Aberdeen who's got to put out a statement for the home fans.
And what are we going for?
I'm going to go Aberdeen to win 2-0.
2-0 for me as well.
2-0, OK. Finally, we've got Kilmarnock against St Johnstone. Killie also involved in European competition. Are St Johnstone going to be looking at them thinking, tired legs, a bit of fatiguing on here, we might have to get them on the counter-attack, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I think it's always difficult to play Thursday, Sunday. I think, even Celtic Rangers struggle with it at times. Kilmarnock and St Mirren have not got big squads. Really tough game the other night, at home to Tromsø. But it could go either way. Kilmarnock have got games under their belt. They're fit, match fit. St Johnstone have only had one game, kind of thing. So I still fancy Kilmarnock to nick this. I don't think it'll be a pretty game. I think it's never a pretty game in that pitch. But I think Kilmarnock might nick a tight game 1-0.
OK, we always talk about home advantage in this show, Ruffy, especially at Rugby Park for Kilmarnock this time.
Yeah, well, I think this is the last year, isn't it? That's the tough. I think they're ripping it up. So, I think if the players were honest enough, they would say, great, I'd rather play in grass. But they've got to go another season. They have been very impressive on that surface. At St Johnstone again, although they got a goal late on at the midweek there, I still don't think they're firing. I think Kilmarnock have got more goals in them. I see Armstrong's doing 90 minutes. Don't know what's the matter with him there. But if they've got their full quota of strikers available, I think they'll win this one 2-0.
2-0, right, OK, moving on to the quiz this week. What was it, 3-2 last week?
Yeah.
Gave him one, right, so no. First answer wins, and if you shout out the wrong answer before I finish the question, the other person gets to go, right, OK? First question, which team scored the first goal of the Premiership last weekend?
Dundee United.
Correct. In the derby, well done, Ruffy.
Nothing each, wasn't it?
Well done.
OK. Matt O'Reilly has been linked with Brighton, Chelsea and Atalanta in recent weeks, but which squad number does he wear for Celtic?
30-something.
And an exact number.
21.
31.
33. But that's not...
No, you're not getting.
Oh,
no, he's not getting.
miles away.
No,
You got
no,
one.
nobody gets
You got
that.
one
No,
last week.
she didn't say closest. You just said number.
You got a closest
No,
one.
still 1-0 to Duffy.
Okay. What nationality is Hibs forward Mikola Kukrevic?
Ukrainian.
Correct. And Heart sign James Penrice from which Scottish
Livingston.
side? Correct. 2-1 Tam. Right, for the draw, Rafi. Rabbi Matondo is one of 2 current Welshmen who play
Lawrence.
for... Correct. 2 each. You got the draw.
I'm back.
He's back.
Happy with a draw.
Happy with a
Pathetic.
draw, more than
Pathetic.
happy.
Happy with a draw.
It's an away draw.
Do you know what? We'll take it, right? We'll be back in 2 weeks' time. It's Cup weekend next weekend, and we'll look forward to seeing you. Thanks for watching.